The Sellwood Bridge is unwell, broken down looking like hell. We need to tell it farewell, but who is gonna pay? Hey, before it kills you, don't be lazy.
There's been a lot of discussion about the Sellwood Bridge project. Now we even have a song about it. Now the planning phase is over. Now it's time to get to work on the Sellwood Bridge. Multnomah County Commissioners have approved the final design, and construction crews can now move forward with building the $299 million bridge over the Willamette. Joining me to talk about the final design and what lies ahead for the project, Multnomah County spokesman Mike Pullen. Mike, thanks for joining me. It's nice to hear that the details have been finalized and it's go time for the construction crews.
And apparently we have a theme song, too. I didn't even know that. Yeah, so we are through we're almost through the design phase. This week was a big milestone for us because we had agreement on everything that's going to be part of the project. And now our designers finish the design work in the next month or two. And we do expect to be starting construction of the new bridge by the end of the summer.
Well, that's great news. Give us some of the details of this final design. I know you're still working on it, but it includes paths for bicyclists and pedestrians and all that, right?
Yes, we were going through some cost-saving ideas with the public in the last few weeks, and one idea we had, we ended up rejecting that idea. So we're going to go back to the symmetrical design with the sidewalks and bike lanes on each side of the bridge and 2 traffic lanes in the center. There was a proposal that was floated to save about $2 million by shifting most of those bike and pedestrian facilities on the north side. And we found out that was just too extreme of a change. People wanted to work on it for a few months, and we would have really lost the cost savings if we had taken a pause to do that. So we just decided it was better to just go with the old plan that everybody had agreed to.
Bike riders have long complained about the condition of the Sellwood Bridge. They've got to be happy about this, I suspect.
Oh, yes. It's going to go from being probably the worst bridge in the region for bicyclists to the best. And the experts who kind of forecast who's going to use the bridge in the future tell us that we can expect traffic that's kind of on a par with the Hawthorne Bridge. And the reason for that is the Sellwood Bridge will become part of a loop with the bridges to the north, and so we'll get the recreational bicyclists. There's great trails on the east side with the Springwater Corridor Trail, and on the west side, our project will be building a new trail that's going to go from the Sellwood Bridge basically up to Willamette Park, where there's a pretty good trail to the north there. So it's going to be a bridge with a lot of bicyclists on it.
Portland Mayor Sam Adams has complained because the final design is going to cost about $30 million more than the original estimates. The city's going to have to pay, about $11 million more than it planned. Why is the price of the project going to be so much more than originally thought?
Well, the price has gone up and down over the last few years based on things we've taken out or added or new information we've found. At the end of the planning phase, about 2 years ago, the estimate for the project was $330 million. It did go down to $269 million, which was good news from everybody's view. That was about a year ago that we were able to get it down that far. And now it's gone up $30 million, as you say. Most of the reasons it's gone up are the more information we've learned about this particular location. And it has to do with the geology of the area primarily, and also some contamination from past decades. So the landslide at the west end of the Sellwood Bridge is the main reason we're replacing the bridge, and it's turned out that we need to spend more money to stabilize that landslide so it doesn't crack into the next Sellwood Bridge. Also, the hillside on the other side of Highway 43 on the west side, it will need a major retaining wall system just to hold it up so that the rocks don't spill onto the highway and endanger the public. And then we found out that there's more contaminated soil under that highway that we have to dispose of. And when it's contaminated, there's a higher cost to deal with it. And then, of course, when the contracting community submitted their bids based on all this new information and more complex design, the bids went up compared to the estimates they gave us last year. So we're still far below the estimate of a couple years ago, but it is an increase, and I know the city is very concerned about where they're going to find the rest of the portion that they've agreed to fund.
Mike Pullen, Multnomah County spokesman, with details on the Sellwood Bridge project. Mike, thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much, Scott. Have a great day.